So I am thrilled to be here. My name is Vismaya Rubin. I am the founder of Living in Gratitude Today. I'm a teacher, speaker, best-selling author, but my favorite role is that of a gratitude gangster. What? So I'm going to talk to you today about committing to recommit. And if you're anything like me, over the past few months, life as we know it has completely changed. We've all felt the side effects and the aftermath of the pandemic. We're still going through it, being quarantined, and now we're experiencing the need for social change. And perhaps you've experienced the whole gamut of emotions, like extreme gratitude to melancholy. I know I have. And maybe you felt like your rear has been glued to the couch and that remote control is an added appendage, right? Or that you were so busy from working and taking online classes and being a teacher. You didn't know you were going to teach. Now you're an at-home teacher. And you're also maintaining the household chores. You're also doing the things that you normally do on a regular basis. And what happens is that when you get in bed, you're so exhausted from this marathon of a day and you fall asleep. Or you pray you fall asleep that quickly. And the bottom line is that wherever you are, it's perfect. And what I wanted to talk with you about today is that it's time to recommit, or to commit to recommit. And what do I mean by that? So think about it. Back in January, we all had these goals. We created these wonderful visions for ourselves, the things that we were going to do. And then, like I shared with you, 2020 came along and like blew that all up out of the sky. So think about the past few months that we've been in this situation that's none like we've ever known before. Have you picked up a good habit? Have you picked up a habit you wanted to break? I'm going to tell a little story on myself because this is really the whole reason I decided to do this talk. When the pandemic hit, and then we were being quarantined, I was stuck in my house like everybody else. And I remember that my daily exercise was going to the refrigerator. Now, I don't buy potato chips normally or cookies, but what was happening, I was going to the store and in my head, it was like, what if they run out of potato chips? It was a little crazy. And I was eating more junk than I ever eat because, like I said, I don't have it in my house. So what I decided to do was I decided to recommit to an exercise regime. I wasn't able to go to my yoga classes, but what could I do where I was at? So I decided that I was going to do 10,000 steps a day for 30 days. So the whole idea is commit to something that makes you feel good. Commit to something that gives you the opportunity to create what I like to call a gratitude wins. And what is a gratitude wins, you might be asking. So the W stands for who or what made me smile today or did something nice for me. The I is what did I do for myself or somebody else? And that's the focus of this whole conversation that we're having right now is what did I do for myself? N stands, did I do something new? Did I do something nice? And S is what made me smile or laugh till my sides hurt. So the goal of committing to recommit is to find something that gives you joy, that gives you that moment where you can say, wow, I accomplished something really great today. So think about it again. Have you picked up a good habit during quarantine or during this pandemic that you want to continue? That might be where you want to focus. Have you picked up a habit that you want to let go? And again, going back to my own example, eating the potato chips, excuse me, was not working for me. So I decided that I was going to substitute that for walking, and I did. Again, the opportunity is for you to refocus the energy that you're expending on all these things on you. So what are some things that we can do? So there are a bunch of things that I came up with. Exercise more, perhaps take a class, learn something new. If you've taken a whole bunch of classes, maybe now you want to take those classes and start to implement the things that you've done. I am a big fan. I call myself a gratitude gangster. I teach about gratitude. If you haven't started a gratitude practice, now is the perfect time to start one. Some other things, maybe you want to exercise. Maybe you want to create a new business. Maybe you want to read more. Maybe it's about, giving yourself 15 minutes where you go in a room and you close the door and you say to your family, listen, this 15 minutes is just for me. time out, leave me alone. I need to do this for myself. Maybe you want to organize or do meditation or garden, eat healthy. The idea is to find something that you can do for yourself. Why? When you create these moments of gratitude, or when you create these gratitude wins, first of all, I would highly recommend you write them down. Every day, write down the things that you do and that you do well. And here's why. When you write down your gratitude wins, when you keep track of the things that you're grateful for. And now, when we hear about gratitude, it's always outside of ourselves. Who or what did something for me? And I add the component in, what did I do for myself? And when you're committing to recommit, you're doing this for you. And why do you want to do that? Number one, it makes you feel good. When you practice gratitude, you have these moments, it makes you more resilient. So if you're not feeling that grateful right now, you're actually going to put those steps into movement to do something that makes you feel good. For example, when I started doing the walking, I knew that I could walk 10,000 steps a day, even though I had not done that in forever. If you want to say, I want to increase my exercise, and you haven't done anything, you've been sitting on the couch, you haven't moved, all right, so what can I do today? And even if it's take 10 more steps than you did yesterday, celebrate that. We're getting into a momentum. We're getting into a practice. So whatever you do, start to create that practice. Why? Number one, it builds self-esteem, especially if you're keeping track. On my phone, there's an app on the iPhone, and every time I do my 10,000 steps, the iPhone celebrates for me. There's green confetti and red confetti that come out, and I'm like, woo, right? So it gives you the opportunity to celebrate. You get to see the things that you did really well. Who doesn't like to celebrate? So it's good for your self-esteem. It's a great motivator, because when you see you did it one day, it motivates you to do it the second day. When you've done it the third day, you look back and you're like, oh, so I did it day 1, day 2, day 3. How can I keep going? So let me just add this step in. If you have not created, when you start to do this activity, create a little, section in your house, a check sheet, go get stickers from the dollar store, and literally give yourself a sticker if you did something right. And at the end of 10 stickers, celebrate, give yourself a reward, do something that's going to make you feel good, because this is all about finding ways to tap into those moments that make you feel good. So when we do these activities, number one, it builds our self-esteem. Number two, it gives us that added motivation. When we start to see, like I said before, when we did day 1, we did it, yay. Day 2, we did it, yay. Day 3, it gives us the opportunities, and it pushes us to keep going. And I'm going to tell another story on myself. I got caught up in, I live in South Florida. It's 900 degrees outside. It's raining a lot of times. I was exhausted. I didn't want to wake up in the morning, and I had stopped doing my 10,000 steps. And what I realized is I was looking at my pedometer, and I realized that I needed to get back on track. So yesterday, it didn't matter if it was hot. It didn't matter if it was raining. None of the excuses mattered. I gave myself permission to take the time to celebrate myself and to do something that I knew would make me feel better. So think about that in your own life. What can you commit to that will make you feel good about yourself, that will make you celebrate yourself? So yesterday I did my 10,500 steps. I got my confetti. It was all good. So like I said, it's good for self-esteem, it's good for motivation, and it's also great for your mood. It makes you feel good. When you do something well, when you accomplish a goal, when you can check something off your to-do list, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel proud of yourself. So those are great reasons in and of itself. And here's the other thing, is that when we take the time to do something for ourselves, when we take the time to put ourselves first, and it goes back to that story we hear all the time when you get on the airplane, if God forbid something happens, put your oxygen mask on first. When you're taking the time to recommit to your own life, you're putting your oxygen mask on so that you can be the best version of yourself for everybody around you, for your community, for your family, for your friends. You are showing people how you want to be treated. You're showing people what's important to you because you are taking the time for yourself to do the things that matter most to you. And I can hear some of you, you're probably like, oh my God, Vismaya, you don't understand. Everything is crazy in my life. You know, I get it. I get it. The opportunity is for you to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, start small, do whatever it takes for you to create these moments where you get to practice these moments of gratitude, celebrating yourself, and creating gratitude wins. I am Vismaya Rubin, founder of Living in Gratitude Today, and you can find me by going to livingingratitudetoday.com or text the word grateful to 64600. Thank you.